YouTube tarot reader, Lisa Lee, has been found using bad language during her twice-weekly live streams. In a shocking turn of events, it has also been discovered that she will not tell you what you want to hear, only what you need to know. The internet is in collective shock that authenticity is alive and well in this corner of the YouTube meta space. Do not watch if you are easily offended.
Hello, sorry, you can. That was a big surprise then. You completely caught me off guard just as I was putting my phone on doodah mode to stop it doing that every 5 seconds. So yeah, absolutely. Good evening, good afternoon, and welcome everybody. It is a Tuesday evening. Can you believe it's Tuesday already? It is so freaking warm here in the UK right now. It is so warm. So apologies for the slightly frazzled look today. It's because I am quite frazzled today. So yes, anyway, we're going to, I've also just seen, gosh, I tell you what, should we just start again? I'm not going to start again, don't worry. Let me just hit the housekeeping button. There we go. So then, good evening everybody, good afternoon. You're running a bit late, absolutely no problem at all, Ed. I also have been running a bit late today. I've been very busy today actually. I've been doing some editing, not the podcast, no, not the Awakening Tarot. No, what's it called? Unfolding Path Tarot. No. I wanted to edit this.
Legend has it that it was written by the Dark Ones.
It is coming. Necronomicon. Strange tales of the supernatural and the unearthly when the fabled Necronomicon unleashes his ancient secrets.
The secrets of the Necronomicon do not come cheap.
Necronomicon.
What's in the basket? Easter eggs?
That's what I was doing today instead of doing anything else. Yep, that's what I've been doing today. Whilst also desperately trying to still deal with the sunburn that I got this Sunday, or the Sunday just gone, because I proper managed to burn myself. So yeah, I am still very, very, very springy. So do excuse me if I'm a little bit, I don't know, a little bit underpowered today, put it that way. Everything should be good. Also, please excuse me if you can hear the fan. I've had to put it on maximum settings because again, it's bloody warm. Isn't it warm? I know, right? We're such a moaning bunch in the UK. When it's cold and raining, it's, oh, isn't it cold? Isn't it wet? Isn't it miserable? Yeah, can't wait for summer. The minute we get a bit of warm weather, oh, isn't it hot? Oh, it's too hot. Oh, I can't stand this heat. I know, right? What are we like? You can't hear the fan. Oh, thank God for that, because I've shoved it. It's another reason I was a little bit later. I was trying to make sure it wasn't going to affect the stream. Anyhow, shall we crack on? So, how do you get a reading on this channel? Well, there are two ways of getting readings. The first way is to send your question as a super chat. And oh, I've completely forgotten. Hang on a second. I meant to do the housekeeping. Yeah. As I've already had a skincare cancer when I was a lot younger and still waiting for the all clear from the bladder cancer, I don't really want to tempt fate by sitting outside. Thank you very much. But yes, you do you, boo. You do you. If you want to be nice and toasty and brown, and the colour of treacle syrup, is that brownish? I think so. Then you do you, absolutely. Look at everybody coming in. I was good evening to Lou Who. Oh no, there we go. There's Lou Who. Good evening to Lou Who. Good evening to Melinda. Good evening to Jack. It's been cooler there today. Oh, I wish it had been cooler today. Oh, hang on. You're fed up with the heat and off to the nearest outdoor pool this evening to cool down. There's an outdoor pool near you. You're lucky. you're lucky. Not that I'd be in the pool anyway, but you know, you're still lucky. You can get a safer tan from a bottle, or just appreciate being pasty and windswept and interesting. Pasty, windswept and interesting. That's I'll stick with that. Thank you very much. Anyway, right, let's do the proper tarot thing, shall we? So, disclaimer. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all your own decisions about your own life, and tarot should never, ever, ever be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, counselling advice, or political advice. You've got to be 18 years of age or over to get a reading on this channel. And of course, please remember to don't dox yourself. Do not put personal information out on the internet, especially here, because we are such a warm and loving community, right? We all care for each other. We've all got each other's backs. Now, the thing with that is, it's because it is such a friendly space. It's very easy for you to go, oh, guess what, Holland? You know, the other day I was talking about so-and-so. Well, actually, in the chat, I went into this today and I let his tyres down, and I decided I put a big scratch up his paintwork, and I did, and that was on his wheelchair, not even on his car. Yeah, don't do things like that, because you don't want to like commit yourself. You don't want to dox yourself. You don't want to admit to things that maybe you shouldn't be doing. Also, please be aware of internet trolls. I do get a ridiculous number of messages because my work email address is available through this channel. So I do get a lot of spam messages, and I don't get Nigerian priests. I get American sergeants. Yep. In the army, the Marine Corps, the naval, something, God knows what. I get messages from all of them, as well as all the hundreds of, I really like your channel. I love your blank content. Literally, there's a space where someone's not bothered to put it in. I think that your videos could do with more ad SEO or editing or technical something here. Please message me. We have good deal. Yeah, no. Thank you very much, but no. So yeah, just make sure you keep yourself good, if that makes sense. But yes, that's the only rules on the channel, really. The only other thing is, if you want to get yourself a reading, there are two main ways of doing it. Okay, the first way is to wait until I open up a free round and then pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. That is really important, right? Stick it in the chat, start with the word question. Isn't that amazing? Job's a good one. Or to guarantee your reading is next, send it as a super chat. If you put it in the live chat with the word question, if there's more than one question, I will do either the spinny wheel of doom or the spinny wheel of choice, the spinny thingy, or I've got these. Look, I've got another new toy. Look, I've got D&D dice. I don't know what they do, but they've got funny shapes to them. Like, I've just scored a 10 on a dice. So yeah, I've got D&D dice now. So we're going to find ways of picking the people, right, that are a little bit different. And if there's only two people, then we'll toss the talisman. Okay, that's how it all works on this channel. So then the only way to guarantee, as I say, that you are next is to go ahead and send yours as a super chat, or wait a bit until I open up a free round and then stick it in there, and I will pick one at random. Shall we do that now? Shall we open up a free round? I think we should. Before we do, though, let me just check back in with the chat. Melinda, you go this evening for aqua aerobics. Never been. You've been doing it Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday for 3 weeks, but you missed one day. That's a lot. That's a lot. I will say, I don't know about aqua aerobics, but my mum, when she was recovering from brain tumour and a stroke, she did aqua therapy. You know, like walking late or something, walking late, like treading water in the water and doing all of that strength movements. And she went from being in a wheelchair to being able to walk by herself again. So there is definitely something in this here aqua aerobics thing. There's also something in this here having a very, very, very damp neck, because my hair is starting, my back of my neck is starting to get sweaty with my hair down. So even though I hate having my hair up, on camera. There's not much choice because it's so blooming warm. Have I got hair everywhere now? Yes, probably. Anyway, there you go. We'll just pretend it's been up all stream. There we go. Look how sweaty my hair is. Isn't it ridiculous? But no, I think aquarobics is probably a good thing to do. Absolutely. You tried aquarobics once. It was nice for a while, and then you just couldn't keep up. Oh gosh. Is it fast? Is it fast? It's from 6 to 7 p.m. when it's not as hot, but still almost... How? No. Absolutely hell on earth. Hell on earth. That is hell on earth. No. That is ungodly heat. No. Oh, no. Absolutely not. After your foot ankle surgery, there's no way you could do aerobics. It's easy on your hips, knees, feet and everything. I bet it is. I bet it's easier on your everything as well. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, shall we go ahead and open up a free round? I think we should, so let's do it. The free round is now open, so if you would like a tarot reading, please do go ahead and stick your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. Sonali, I've got yours in now. If anybody else would like to stick their question in for the chance to get a free reading, do it right now. Now is the time. Now is the hour. Cometh the time. Ours is the time. Ours is the power. I'm quoting The Craft. Holland, are you still doing your shop, by the way? Are you still doing the Etsy thing? If so, let me know. Right then, Sonali, it looks as if yours is the only question that's come in this round. So, congratulations. I have yours in front of me. Oh, hang on. I've just had I've just had a message from Neil. Sonali, just bear with me. This is a customer. No, this is a public service announcement. Hold on 1 second. It says, Christopher Penczak, who is a witchcraft author, has had his Instagram account cloned, and it's being used to catfish people offering psychic readings. Oh, he actually sent one to my account. If anyone gets a message from Christopher Penczak _ please report it for pretending to be someone else. The real Christopher Penczak account does not have the underscore. He told Neil that Instagram haven't listened to him, so any reports would help. Okay, so Christopher Penczak, if you get a Instagram message from him, which is offering tarot readings or psychic readings or anything like that, please be aware it's more than likely going to be a scam, as it will be coming from the account Christopher Penczak _ Let me see if I can copy and paste that. Yep, I can paste that. Hang on 1 second. There we go. Neil is my brother from another mother, and also has actually is running my Instagram for me. How do I do that? Do I just do that like that? Yes, right. There we go. I've put it into the chat. So please be aware. It's 3 pieces because it's quite long. The key thing here, though, is here where it says, just there, look, Christopher Penczak. If there's the underscore, if you get a message with that underscore, it's a fake account pretending to be the real author. So just keep aware of yourselves. As we were just talking about internet security, see what happens. People are nasty, evil trolls. So don't believe everything you read or see on the internet. Anyway, talking about things that we read, see and watch on the internet, it is time for Sonali's tarot reading. So, my darling, your reading is coming up straight after this.
We have a super strong connection here. Right.
Oh my God!
Yes, indeed. Once again tonight, Patricia says she's got 9 of his books on. Oh gosh, on all sorts. Wow, I don't actually think I've got any of his books. Maybe I'll have to have a little look out. Anyway, right, let's have a look. So today's deck is once again going to be the Poppy Palin Everyday Enchantment deck, just because I love it. It's a bit hard to yield because it is a very, very large deck. But also I thought I would pair it today with the Tarot 3D. Yes, look at this. So this is a 3D tarot deck that the ever lovely Patricia sent me based on the Rider-Waite-Smith. But as you can see, it is 3D. I don't know whether look at that. You can see that. Look at that. Look at the way the line and the maiden move as you glance around. So that's really cool. I love this deck, but it is just the majors. So what I might be doing today, look at that, you can see these people as they're jumping out of the tower. So I'm going to use that as the clarifying deck today if we need to, and let's just go with the Poppy Palin for now. Now, as always, Sonali, what we do on this channel is we cleanse the space with a lovely bell 3 times for cleansing, and we bring in Wispy, who is the elemental air dragon. And Patricia, could you just send Neil a message in the chat, or anybody send Neil a message and just say that I've put it on the thing, and I'll keep referring to it throughout this evening. Wispy, Sonali is new to the channel, and Sonali would like to know what is coming towards them in love. So we want a love reading, please, for Sonali. Let's have a look. We all need a bit more love in our lives, don't we? Wow. Most people do. I'm very lucky. I don't think I could handle any more with my lovely Rufus. I don't know how people have affairs, you know. I really don't know how people have affairs. I'm knackered just dealing with one lovely husband. I mean, again, I'm very lucky, but don't know how people manage it. I've barely got time to keep up with friends and people on Facebook and what's the other thing? WhatsApp and all of that, let alone invite someone else that also demands all your time. And God no. Quite happy with my lovely husband, thank you very much. Anywho, right then, let's have a look. So we are going to drop the do the drop, there we go. And Sonali, we're going to look at your love reading. So we're going to look at okay, we're going to look where you are romantically. Okay. 2 of Cups. Okay. Interesting. Good energy around you. What you need to know. And what the opportunity is to come. Right then. So, we've got where you are right now. We've got the 2 of Cups. Now, I'm not sure if this is more of a past, present, future, to be honest with you, because the 2 of Cups is normally talking about relationships, because 2s are obviously when 2 people become one. So we've got a relationship going on, and Cups is the romance, friendship, positive emotions type suit. So as you can see here, these 2 people are sharing a coffee or a drink down by a canal or a river or something, and they're having a lovely chat. And these people in the background having a lovely chat, and this couple's walking around having a lovely chat. So everybody's having a lovely chat together, and the 2s normally represent a couple. So I don't know whether you've recently been in a maybe not a long term, but in a relationship, but it definitely feels like this is perhaps in the past a little bit. It feels like this is not the most romantic of cards, right? Even though it is the 2 of Cups, which is the suit that would suggest that, this is not the most romantic 2 of Cups that we've ever seen in any of the decks. Now, what that would suggest to me is that if you have had a relationship recently, it wasn't the most deepest loving one. It feels like you're quite often maybe friend zoned, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think probably what's happening with you with this card, it feels like almost. Oh, also, the camera's at a weird angle. It almost feels like. Oh, don't mess around with it too late. It almost feels like you go off on dates, but the dates end up being platonic. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's almost like you meet people and then there's just not that spark there. And to be honest, I don't know why. Let's have a look. We've got in the what you need to know position, we've got the Page of Blades. Now, pages are very young energy. Very, very youthful energy. You can see here this person's picked up a snail and they're going, oh, look at the snail. And oh, look, with some hedgehog asleep. And oh. So that youthful energy is great. I don't know how old you are, obviously, but sometimes there can be a lot of naivety and a lot of innocence. Now, the thing is, this page was reversed, but it's also the Page of Blades. Now, blades in another deck would be called swords, which is the Trouble and Strife suit. Now, that Trouble and Strife suit is basically saying that perhaps you are actually your own worst enemy when it comes to romantic connections, because it's almost like you're so naive and so sort of so innocent with things that you aren't, how can I put this? That you aren't picking up if somebody else is interested. Do you know what I mean? So somebody else could be saying to you, hey Sonali, let's go for a coffee, let's have a lovely chat, and you'll misunderstand it as just being sort of going out with a friend. So yeah, I think there's something here around that, and that is causing you some mishaps, because I do feel that you are maybe talking to people or meeting people, having those situations. It's not like you're just staying in your home 24/7. I've just realized my other light's not on. That's why everything is looking so dark. It's not that you're staying in your house all the time. It's like you do get out. It's just that, you know, maybe you don't recognize when things are perhaps a possibility. In the future, we've got the Three of Wands. Now, again, I will often say that the three follows the two, and the three is when you've got a couple and then you look at maybe having children, or maybe not having children, but maybe like bringing a dog or a pet into the family, you know, taking things to that next step. Wands is about security and confidence though, and this is reversed, and this is coming up in the future position. I think you've got some serious confidence issues that you need to work on, right? Because this is reversed, it's like, look, you can see this way up, they're on the top of the mountain scope, they've got the huskies, the birds are there, you've got a plane going over, all the mountaineering gear, and these three people are there together, trusting each other. There is that level of trust, there's that level of even putting your life on the line almost. But this is, thank you Holland, thank you Creative Seed. This is, because it is reversed, it's saying that your confidence isn't really that high, and I think you need to build on it. I think before you're able to turn this around, and for it not to be that maybe your innocence, maybe your naivety gets in the way, before you're able to overcome that, I think you need to build up your confidence. Now that could be doing doing a confidence building course. It could be doing something that, you know, makes you really happy, and doing, like, I don't know, an art course even. It doesn't have to be around confidence building, but something that puts you around other people, that gets you talking to other people. So maybe like it can be something relatively simple, like going and doing an art course. You don't have to be a painter or a sculptor or an amazing drawer, but maybe just going and doing, you know, an evening course or a day course. At some point you'll be out and about and meeting people and talking to people, and that will help boost your confidence, if that makes sense. So yeah, I do think that is something that I think you really need that. right? I think you do really need that, because I think without having some confidence, I think you're going to be so worried every time you meet someone, so worried that they're not going to, recognize you or approach you or whatever else, that it's kind of putting up all those barriers. And I think for you, it's just confidence. I really do. So that would be my advice, my darling. I think at the moment, any relationship that's possibly out there, right? Any love that's possibly out there with this Two of Cups, I think it's going straight to the friend zone, right? So at the moment, I wouldn't really chase that at the moment. What I would say is maybe hold off a little bit, and maybe hold off a little bit until you feel a bit more comfortable talking to people that you might have a romantic interest in. Okay, my darling, I hope that helps. Thank you ever so much for your question. And I wish you nothing but all the very best. So thank you ever so much for asking that question today. I'm sure lots of people are in the same situation, to be honest with you. I know back in the day, the reason I talk about, going to a coffee shop as a date and you're not realizing it is because that's exactly what I did with my husband. So, you wouldn't be the first person or the last person to do that, to misconstrue a date as a platonic thing, and to end up in the friend zone. Luckily, my husband was very determined for me not to be in that friend zone. So yeah, but that would be my advice, and I hope that helps. Let's have a look in the doodah, in the, what's it called? The chat, the comments section. You are single right now. Okay, my darling, I kind of got that impression just with that card. Oh, and I was right about something. That's good to know. I don't know what it is. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's really nice to hear. Thank you. I'm so accurate. I know, right? You have anxiety also. Well, anxiety also. Brain's not working. I do apologise. Oh, my darling, no worries, no problem at all. Listen, all you've got to do, right? All you've got to do is just remember that you are fabulous, right? And you deserve somebody that is also fabulous and treats you fabulously. That's all you've got to remember in life. You are fabulous, right? You might not believe it, but you are. You are absolutely a wonderful specimen of humanity. And all you've got to do out there and live your life is to be proud of who you are and live your life as the most fabulous person you can possibly be. And then you'll attract fabulous people who will treat you fabulously. So there you go, my darling. With that, I wish you nothing but the very best. Come back and see us soon, won't you? We're here every Tuesday and Sunday evening at 7 p.m. UK time, and some Thursday evenings a little bit later on. So yeah, do make sure you hit that subscribe button and then ding your bell so that YouTube lets you know each and every time that we open up a new stream or I post videos. There will be some more videos coming, actually. I've got a witch box that's arrived, so I'm going to probably do that tomorrow. So for the members, if you would like to see it live, I will schedule it probably in the morning when I know what the plans are for tomorrow. I'll schedule it as a members only, and then I'll edit it down and it will go up on the channel as an edited version a little bit later. So yeah, anyway, I hope that helps. I wouldn't say that, Holland. Sometimes it's a bit aging, but anyway, right then, let's have a look. I've got Creative Seed. Hello, my darling. Lolita, you want to know Zuned's intentions and feelings. We've had this multiple times, my darling, but I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do you a reading using the major arcana only. I knew there was a reason I pulled this one out tonight. So let's go ahead. I'm going to swap the camera over. While I do that, I'm going to hit this magic button. So I'll do your reading, Creative Seed, in exactly 36 seconds time. Yes, indeed. So as always, let's ring that magic bell and let's hit the wonderful wispy music. So here we go. Right then, let's have a look. So this lovely little mini deck is a 3D version of the standard Rider-Waite or sort of standard Rider-Waite-Smith type decks, right? So it's a little bit wonderful because it is 3D. Now, why am I just using this deck? Well, because Creative Seed, I think you need to get some definitive answers, right? I think we need to know once and for all, don't we? Because I'm sure that we've had Zuned's feelings come through in the past and they've been a little bit, maybe a little bit negative, maybe a little bit that Zuned might not want to be in a relationship or something like that. Mods, just confirm in the mod chat if that's right, because I'm sure that's what we've had in the past. That feels accurate. So, Wispy, what we want to know is we want to give Creative Seed some knowledge once and for all of what Zuned Yang is actually doing. Okay, so we want to know, is there any hope for Creative Seed to be hanging around and waiting on Zuned Yang's emotions and his intentions? Is there going to be a relationship here for this couple? Okay, let's have a look. So I'm not sure whether this will be a 6 or a 4 card. I feel like it's going to be a 4 card, but I don't know why. Let's have a look. So then, Lolita, we will look at, I'll tell you what, we'll look at the past between you two. Okay, you've got the Empress. Now look, isn't she wonderful against that? Look at that waterfall in the background. It looks like she's absolutely sat in front of it, doesn't it? So the Empress is all about nurturing, loving energy. So it is quite a positive energy by the looks of things that you've had in the past. It feels as if there is a lot of, how can I put it? There's a lot of warmth between you, a lot of warmth and friendly energy there. It does feel like there is that there, that nurturing energy, that abundant energy. But this is a little bit more, and I hate to say this because I hate this aspect of the Empress, this is a little bit more motherly for some reason. It's a bit more like you looking after Zuned rather than being a romantic partner, rather than being a lover and somebody who, you know, has that deep spiritual, physical, sexual connection. Rather than that, it feels much more that Zuned's maybe looking for someone to take care of him. Do you know what I mean? Rather than it being that deep love, that deep, passionate, sensual love that gives you all of the feelings and everything. It feels like he's just looking for someone to look after him. Let's look at where we are in the present. We've got the Hanged Man. Now that's interesting. I don't think he's in any rush whatsoever. Again, look how look how 3D it is. Look, you can see him. He moves his head, and you can see the post just behind him. Look, isn't that a wonderful deck? I don't think he's in any rush. You know, the Hanged Man knows that he's not in any danger. Let me show you. Right, see right at the top with his foot. See how it's tied. When you actually look, the rope doesn't go anywhere. He's got a rope around his ankle that isn't connected to this. It just goes around his ankle. Can you see? So it's like there's one big bit of rope up here holding the beam together, and this is a little bit of string around his ankle. They're not connected in any way. So he's choosing to hang there all by himself. And the thing with the Hanged Man is that he is waiting until he's ready, right? It's waiting for a sacrifice for some knowledge down the line. But he's in no hurry to get off that cross, off that branch. Absolutely no hurry at all. So if this is relating to Zuned, again, it's like, why would he make any advances when he's he doesn't have to do anything at the moment. There's nothing that he is being asked to do. He doesn't have to worry. He can take his time. He knows that you're waiting. I don't think that's fair, personally. I don't think it's fair in any way, shape or form for him to keep you waiting when you aren't in a relationship and there isn't a passion there. It's very much it's almost like he wants a mother or a maid, not a lover or a friend. Do you know what I mean? Let's look at where the relationship is headed into the future. So I'm going to split this into two. So we're going to go for near future, Wispy. Okay, so the next couple of months, and then we want to look further down that line with a pattern. Okay, so what are Zuned's intentions in the next couple of months? Ooh, he doesn't know. He doesn't. So if you don't recognize this, it's the Wheel of Fortune. So we've got that spinny wheel right there in the center. I'm just double checking, actually. It is the Wheel of Fortune, isn't it? Of course it is. Yes, of course it is. But you've got that Wheel of Fortune there. Look, I'm just playing with the card so you can see how. Again, look how lovely. You can almost see behind things. I love it. The Wheel of Fortune, he's gambling on you right now. He's gambling that you aren't going to go anywhere else. You're not going to look for anyone else. You're not going to ask anyone else. You're not going to go courting anybody else. You're not going to do that. He's gambling on that. He thinks he's got you under that thumb. He thinks he is God's gift to women and that you will wait around because he is waiting around until he feels like it. Right? And he is gambling on that right now. But he thinks he's got you. He thinks he doesn't have to do anything because he thinks you're just going to wait for him. Because we've got that Wheel of Fortune card. It's like he's just spinning the wheel. He's not even interested in. It's literally he's doing this. He's doing this, creative seed, right, Lolita? He's going la 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 la. Keep it spinning. Do I care where it's? No, we're just going to keep it spinning. That's all he's doing. He's keeping that wheel spinning, right? Because he knows he doesn't have to worry about where it stops or if it stops because you'll be waiting for him. I don't like that. I don't like these two cards. I don't like this. It feels like he's taking the mickey. It really does feel like he's taking the mickey. You deserve better than this. Like he's waiting, keeping you waiting, and he also is just happily spinning the wheel and keeping the wheel spinning. That's not a good sign. Right, so further down the line, we've got the Sun. Okay. I mean, there's growth down the line. There is an element of growth, but also could this represent children or something else down the line with someone else? Maybe. I just look at this kid dancing on the horse, like do 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 do. I don't think this is a positive card, you know, Lolita. It doesn't feel positive. Do you know what it feels of? It feels that the energy will just keep going. That growth energy will just keep going. It may well be that there'll be an element where you come together at some point. But this is not a romance card. There is no romance here with the Sun. There's lots of growth and positive energy and movement and happiness and all of that stuff. But there's nothing romantic. There's nothing romantic in any of these cards at all. There is no hint. There is no priest and a priestess. There is no, or emperor, empress. There is no, you know, the Lovers card isn't there. We haven't got anything talking about there being, you know, a positive emotion. Like even the Star would have been a positive card coming in here. The Sun's nice and warm and growy, but it isn't very much. It isn't very romantical. Put it that way. So I honestly think that that Zuned is quite happy to keep you waiting around because he thinks you're going to be there with that motherly emotion coming in, washing his clothes, cooking his meals, you know, doing all of that, being that abundant, giving him care when he needs care, but maybe not in the most passionate way. he's keeping you hanging around here. Look, in the present, just keeping you hanging around. Wait, arguably sacrificing, but actually sacrificing nothing. He's spinning his wheel, that wheel of fortune. He's gambling on the fact you're not going to give up on him. He's gambling on the fact you're going to sit around and wait forever. And then we've got the sun coming in on top, meaning that for him, it just feels like there's more lovely, positive sunshine ahead. So in other words, he can keep you dangling that carrot towards you, and you will stay there. And then when that lovely growth energy comes in, if he decides to look towards you, then he knows you'll be waiting. I don't like the way these two cards feel. The sun is normally a really, really positive card. I do not like the way these two feel together. It's almost like he wants his cake and he wants to eat it too. Hopefully that makes sense, my darling. My gut instinct is, look, if there's nought there right now, then there might never be. And it may well be a case that, I mean, the other thing, hang on, let's put them back down. The other thing with this sun, the two kids, in the sun card we normally see one child, and it's talking about growth. So is he actually trying to grow two relationships at once? Does he have someone else that he's got his eye on, or other body parts involved with? Do you know what I mean? Is there somebody else maybe that he's looking at? But right now, my darling, it doesn't feel like there is a massive movement towards the two of you coming together in a romantic way. It doesn't mean that there's not a friendship zone, a friend zone thing there. It doesn't mean with that Empress that he wouldn't look to you to be his carer, or, you know, do all his washing and his cooking and all of that. Basically, he wants you as a wife stroke mother, not as a friend and lover. Do you know what I mean? I hope that, I don't know whether that's enough for you though, because for some people, all they want in life is to be the, you know, the caregiver, the mother, and they don't necessarily want to, they don't necessarily want to have that romantic side. And if that's the sort of relationship you want out of life, if you don't feel those yearnings in that way, and you want more of a, you know, a non-bedroom type relationship, that might work out really well for you. But if in a relationship it's really important that he loves all of you, the spiritual side, the physical side, the sexual side, and the emotional side, if you want him to love all of you, this might not be the person that's capable of doing that. And with that, my darling, I'm going to say thank you ever so much for your question, and I hope it helps in some way. I really do. Again, I know it's not what you were hoping for, but again, I can only give you what the cards give me, my darling, and you know I'll never sugarcoat it or tell you a load of bullshit if it wasn't tell you something that was bullshit. You know that. Right, let me have a look in that there comments. No, that's not the right screen. Thank you for taking a question. No problem. You'd not chatted before the last time, so you took you approached him this time. That's why you're right. Okay, my darling. So you've spoken to him, and you want to know once and for all. There's a lot of gentleness there. Yeah, gentleness and caring isn't a hint of passion. There's got to be a hint of passion, doesn't there? There's got to be that, even if it's just a little spark of, actually, I could see us having a family together, because there's got to be a spark for you to have a family. Do you know what I mean? Like when a mummy penguin and a daddy penguin love each other very, very much, they have to do a certain thing to lay an egg. There has to be that spark, doesn't there, my darling? If that's the type of relationship you want. But yeah, I hope that helps. Oh, no worries, my darling. Best of luck. Absolutely the best of luck, my darling. I don't know that I would wait for him much longer, put it that way. I don't know that I would wait for him much longer. If he's not at that point with you now, where he's showing an interest in you being, you know, his bride as opposed to his surrogate mum, then maybe look somewhere else, my darling. But I hope that helps. Right then, let's have a look in... I was about to say let's look in the chat, but we're in the chat now. So then, everybody, let's do another round. Shall we start another round? Would you like another round? I think we should start another round. So then, before I do, though, I do have to say that our moderators here on this channel are some very creative people. Oh, shit, Holland. I meant to bring the picture. Thank you for the picture. The picture arrived today. Thank you for the picture. Oh, I meant to bring it. Right, I'll have to... I might go and grab it in a second. It was really good. I really liked it. Hi, Amy. Hello, my darling. You know what I'm saying there, Creative Seed. That's lovely. Hi, Amy. I know Amy in real life. Yeah. So then, Pride Flower Rainbow Heart. That's cool. I can't see it because the software I'm using doesn't translate it, but thank you. Right then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up another free round straight after this. Blue Chalice is a small business making crafty creations for the witchy community. From jewellery to wall hangings, witch bells to altar tiles. Why not have a look at bluechalice.etsy.com.
Lisa is such a good tarot reader. I've experienced that for myself because Lisa's read for me quite a few times. But as a mod on her channel, I've also seen loads of times when people have said things like, oh yeah, that really resonates, or that's exactly it, you've hit the nail on the head. And because she doesn't sugarcoat, she just tells it like it is. It can really be quite an emotional and cathartic experience because they're not just being told what they want to hear, they're being told, as she says it, what you need to know. So I definitely recommend her. It's a really good idea to sign up for one of her memberships because they're such good value. You can be part of private live streams that take place before the main ones. And then you're in a much smaller group of people, so you're not competing with all these other people to get a reading. And it's also just a chance to chat with other like-minded people who have that kind of spirituality.
Yes, indeed, it is. Thank you ever so much, Holland. Oh, Holland filmed that and then sent it over to me quite a while ago now. I'll say quite a while ago, a few weeks back. And it's still... hang on, this does not want to stay in place. Stay there. My light's falling off. No, it doesn't want to stay put. Come on, you sodding thing. There. Stay there. Stay there. Oh my gosh. Right. So what I was going to show you, what I just played that extra little video for was because look, we have, where's the thing? Change the camera. Look, Holland made this, drew, painted. Look at this. Isn't this amazing artwork? So there is a story behind this. A couple of weeks back, I went to York Pride where some young people were there, and I was there celebrating Pride with the young people. And one of them fell ill, and they used they, them pronouns. And so the young person fell ill. We had to, in the end, get the first aiders and the police to come over. And every single person was misgendering them, calling them she. And this poor kid was getting so upset that not only had they just collapsed and were unwell, but then everybody around them kept calling them she. And this person is at a Pride event trying to be their true self and their authentic self, and they're being misgendered in a safe space. So I basically kicked off to everybody around and went, every time somebody said she, I went, no, their pronoun is they. Can you say they, please? And I absolutely kept on and on and on. They. It was really, 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 really like getting to me, because this was at a Pride. This wasn't just somebody in the street or somebody that, you know, a lot of people find they them pronouns difficult for people, and that's fine. You know, everybody understands that that's fine. but not when you're at a Pride event, and not when you've been explicitly told 3 times that this person uses they them. So Holland, so the nickname I was given by the kids, I say kids, they're all in their 20s, but was I was the pronoun protector, and then Holland drew it. Look, I mean, obviously some artistic license has been made there, because my waist has not been this small since probably I was about 7 years of age. But you know, I do like that I've got some lovely fat thick thighs and a rather ample bosom. So yes, you know, I just had to show it today, because it was so amazing. I was like, yay, it's so cool. But anyway, thank you for sending me that, Holland. It will go up in the back wall at some point. See, we've got such an artistic, wonderful group of people there, so it's so cool. Let me have a wee look. Right then, I think it is time. Can I change the camera back? Yes, of course I can. I think it is time that we do another. Hello, where's my camera gone? Hang on. Oh, gremlins. There we go. I think it's time that we have another reading. I am this back room is so warm, I'm telling you. Whatever degrees temperature it is outside, there's easily an extra 5 or 6 degrees here in this room. It's roasting. Anyway, thank you, Amy. It is. Holland's very, very talented. That's the sort of thing they do, and they make all sorts of wonderful creations over on their Etsy channel. Hang on, Amy, you need to wait until we ask. So Amy, there's a way we do it, my darling. There's a way we do it. So what we do here is you've got to pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. Okay, that's what we do on this channel. So we're going to open up the next round officially. The round is now open. There you go. So all you've got to do is pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question, and then it goes to I will pick one of those at random. Okay, the other way for people to send requests in is to do it in the form of a super chat, and then we will those come first, if that makes sense. So yes, go ahead and do those things, and I will choose a person to read for straight after this. There we go. Right then. So, oh no, you can absolutely, Holland, you can absolutely say that it's me. I have no problem being the public face of trans and like equality. Look up here. I've got no problem being public about who I am. Not a problem at all. Right then, so it looks like Amy is the only person who sent a question in. So Amy, when we do it this way round, bear with me 1 second. I need to take that banner off screen. There we go. So what we do is I will do your reading straight after this. Nope. Why is nothing playing when I click it? I will do your reading now. Okay. So then, let's have a look. So we're going to, as always, cleanse the space. And we're going to bring in the ever lovely Wispy. So then, Wispy, this is Amy. You know Amy. Amy's question is, if I give more time, will he use it and actually action things? Ooh. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So, didn't flip. If you give more time, will he use it wisely and actually action things. Oh, Wispy! God damn it! I'm looking at the spreads. I wasn't even looking at my hands then. Which is going to be... I'll tell you what, we'll do the where you are, what you need to know, and what the opportunity or the future opportunity is. Okay, so where you are, what you need to know, and what the opportunity is. Let's have a look. I'm sure a lot of people here in the UK, instead of being at home on the YouTubes, are out in pubs and beer gardens and barbecuing and things like that right now in this weather. For me, I just want to go and walk into a walk-in fridge somewhere. That would be lovely right now. Right then, here we go. Let's have a look. If I give him more time, will he use it wisely and actually action things? Let's have a wee look. So, where you are right now, the Ace of Blades. Right. What you need to know, 10 of Coins, and what the opportunity is to come. Right. So, you've got, hang on, I'm just moving my feet. So, we've got the Ace of Blades in the where you are now. The Ace of Blades in other decks would be Swords, which is the suit of trouble and strife. It's the suit of challenges, obstacles, things like that. Now, the thing with the swords is that we learn through those challenges, and so as you can see here, like in this case, the blades, we've got this doggo at the vets, and they're looking at something on an X-ray, and you can see we've got the cutty things. I think they're like scissor scalpels or whatever they are. I don't know. But you can see that they are investigating, and it looks from this picture, it looks like this might be the first of several procedures that this poor animal needs to go through. So this is where you are right now. So it feels like you've got... Oh, it's difficult because I know you and I know what's going on. But it feels like this is almost the start of a chapter, right? Because it's an ace. Aces are always beginning of new chapters, new projects, new beginnings. The blades in this case means that there are going to be some challenges and hurdles, right? There are, and there's going to be some that you aren't particularly aware of right now. But again, the thing with the swords is that the bigger the challenge, the deeper the lesson we learn. So at the moment, it could go either way, Amy. In the what you need to know, we've got the 10 of Coins. Now, this is talking about work, career, finances, but it's also talking about effort, right? And the amount of energy that something takes for that growth. Here we've got the 10 of Coins. It is reversed, so I'll come on to that in a second, but coins is as I've just said, is representing that energy. But when we have 10s, it means that there is something overflowing. Okay, so the 9 is full, the 10 is overflowing. I think there's a lot of effort being put in, right? And oh god, this is so difficult because I know, yeah. I think there's a lot of effort being put in, right, that isn't being recognized, whether that's from you or from him. It feels, because this is in the what you need to know, it's almost like I don't know whether it's you not realizing the amount of effort that's being put in, or whether it's him not realizing the amount of effort it's taking you to stick around, if that makes sense. It's very difficult. It's very difficult with this card particularly, because the thing about the 10s, yes, they're overflowing, but when it's this way round, it's like there's so much there's so much being put in, right? There's so much energy being put into this, for wanting this growth, for wanting this ongoing effort that's needed. That it could almost feel like it's a hiding to nothing, basically. It could almost feel like it's too much effort and no outcome, if that makes sense. Because it's in what you need to know, and because of what you're asking, I almost want to say, oh, it's so fucking difficult, right? Because I know you, and because I know what's happening. Right, fuck, I'm just going to say it. Right. I don't think you realise the amount of work that is going on behind the scenes. Right? The amount of effort that's here. Because if it was this way up, it will be saying, what you need to know is there's a lot of effort being put in there, yeah? There's a lot of stuff on the surface. With this being reversed, it's talking about things being either unseen or unrecognised. And because you're asking about him, it's referencing him. It's not referencing you, if that makes sense. So it's saying that there's a lot of it's almost like, I use the analogy of the swan or the duck, where their feet are doing and the body's just gliding across like this, but the feet are doing this under the water. And it's almost like that with this card. It's like there's a lot going on, there's a lot of effort going in, but it's kind of going in and not being seen, if that makes sense. I think it's because it's in the way what you need to know. I think it's like, look, things are happening. It's really interesting that this is like, you know, a big family event picture that's been reversed. Do you know what I mean? I think that's saying an awful lot. The Knight of Blades is coming in the opportunity for the future, and knights are teenage energy, right? So it's the rebellious energy, it's the sod it, I'm going to do it anyway energy, and it's oh gosh, I have to be careful because I'm right. So the Knight of Blades, right? Shut up, Lisa, just do it as if you're reading for anybody else. Right, okay. So the Knight of Blades is that youthful rebellious energy, right? And it's coming in reverse. So it's youthful energy, it's bringing the challenges and the hurdles, and it's coming in reverse. So there's a certain selfishness about the knights, but there's also a certain amount of, they go in all guns blazing without really thinking about consequences, right? So they are the ones that, the king shouts out, we're going on a quest. The knights go, okay, we ride at dawn. Off they go. Don't know what the quest is, don't know where they're going. This is, right, I'm off, bye, king's got a quest, off we go. And then 6 months later, hello my darling, you're back. What were you searching for this time? Oh, we did the quest for the left-handed spork. Yeah, good, isn't it? I think in the future, right, so this is what's yet to come, it feels like there's still going to be this hang on, say that again, Wispy. Sorry, give me that again, Wispy. It feels like with the night energy that the knights are not easy to wrangle, right? And the fact that it's the Knight of Blades, I think there are more challenges ahead. And I think there's more challenges that neither of you are aware of right now. We've got this, I mean, you can just see the look on this person's face. Like, this is not someone that's happy, about to get their fringe rate chopped into bangs. They do not look very trusting of the hairdresser. There's a certain element here with all of these cards. The fact that 2 of them are reversed, and the fact that the future one's reversed. There's a certain amount that is unclear. But the Knight of Blades coming up here is, again, it's suggesting there's going to be a friggin' load of challenges ahead, right? Absolutely massive amount of challenges ahead. And I don't think that's got anything to do with a time scale. I know you're asking about a time scale. Let me, Wispy, let's see if we can answer Amy's actual question, because this doesn't feel like it's giving anybody any answers. So, Wispy, with the majors, we're going right, Wispy, we're going directly 3 cards for an answer. Let's have a look. Right. Oh, no. Did that wrong. Right then, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. Right, so you've got the Magician. So, the Magician is all about taking control. The Magician is all about manifesting change. And the Magician is all about using all of those tools to create that change. All of those tools to make the best future that's possible to be, right? That's the ultimate goal of the Magician. We've then got the World card coming in, and that's talking about it's the end of one journey, but it's time to step through that portal. And basically you step through the portal of the world and you start on a whole new journey. It literally takes you back to 0 as the Fool to start a whole journey of discovery again, right? And then we've got the Tower. The Tower is the ultimate rug being pulled from under you, and it's that ultimate thing of what you thought was up turns out to be down, what you thought was down turns out to be up, and all of this stuff, right? So it's absolutely talking about there being this massive time of change right now. This feels right. What I could do right now, right? I could say, this is why it's so difficult reading for people when I'm online like this, Amy, because I could say here, look, you've got the Magician. So this is the card. This is where the change happens. This is where the shift happens. This is where manifestation of desire happens. So this is what he's wanting to do right now. He's going to step through this portal and completely enter a brand new life, right? He's going to step through. He's manifesting what he wants. He's going to step through, start completely over again, a whole new world, a whole new beginning, which will absolutely lead to his world being destroyed, right? As he knows it, his world being completely destroyed, that tower being struck, everything he thought was up is now down, that being a massive, sudden and very shocking moment of change. It's that rug pull, right? So this entire reading could say absolutely that's what he's going to do. Yes, he's going to do it. This talks about there being challenges. This talks about there being effort involved. This talks about there being hurdles, which does kind of reflect this card here with the Tower. There's nothing here to say he's going to use the time wisely, because that's what you are demanding, right? These cards, the majors, are saying there is this massive change happening, this massive manifestation of a future, stepping through the end of one chapter, starting over again. It's the what's it called? Ouroboros. The snake eating itself, right? So you've got that element, and then you've got this everything collapsing around him. The thing is, this, right? This is what you want. If it leads to this, is this actually what you want for his life to be? Because this is fucking... I'm trying not to swear on the YouTubes. This is everything going tits up. And all of those challenges, all the challenges we see here coming down, and everything being pulled down. So again, there isn't a definitive answer here about if you give him more time, will he use it wisely? Because I know what you're wanting him to do, and that's mostly reflected here. And even here, it kind of looks like that's going to happen, that there is that pattern. But both ways, you end up with a lot of challenges ahead, right? So if you're thinking once this portal is stepped through, and we both know what it's relating to, right? Once that shift has happened, if you're thinking that's going to lead to immediate happy ever after, we've got the Tower and we've got the Knight of Blades both coming in. Do you know what I mean? I don't think that's helped at all, really, has it, Amy? But that is going to be your reading, because we only do normally 3-card readings on the streams. So yeah, I hope that helps, my darling. But thank you very much for your question. I know that's not what you wanted. And again, I hope that helps. If you'd asked, you know, I could have come to Costa and we could have done a proper reading rather than doing it on the channel like that. But anyway, I hope that helps, Amy. Thanks ever so much for your question. Right then, Natty Nat, good evening, my darling. I hope you are well. Bear with me, my darling. We are going to open up a round very shortly. Before I do, let's have a look at this. Yes, indeed. Oh, hang on. I'm still not on the right camera. Hang on. I'm having some camera issues today. Come on. Right then. So, no. What is happening today? Hang on. I don't know if you can still hear me. I am actually here. Hang on. Press the button. Press the button. Right. Webcam is definitely working. So, card cam is definitely happy. Right. Let's click that one. There we go. I'm back. Gosh. Wowza. So then, right, let's have a look. I think it's time. Shall we open up another round? I think we should. So then, how do you get a reading on this channel? It's dead simple. There are 2 ways to do it. The first way is to go ahead and pop your question to the live chat when I open up a free round, which I'm doing now. So there you go, we've got a free round. So if you would like a tarot reading, go ahead and pop your question in the live chat channel, in the channel live chat. Put my teeth in. Starting with the word question, I will grab one of those at random. or you can send it through as a super chat, and that will come directly through, and it'll mean you can jump the queue. Just in case you've got no idea what I'm talking about, here's our Graham with a quick recap. Get your questions in now, everybody. I've got my magic dice, so if we get more than 2 people asking a question, we've got ways of picking it now with some fancy dice that I really want to use. So get your questions in, and you've got exactly 24 seconds. Okay, let's have a look in that there live chat. Natty Nats, what? It's the actually, do you know what? You might be true there, Patricia. You might actually have something, because there are lots of sprites on here. And didn't somebody say, I think it was Neil, it definitely was Neil, wasn't it like International Fairy Day or recently? Have I just done the unthinkable and invited the, don't swear Lisa, invited the Fae in by using this deck on the wrong time? I tell you what, I'm not even going to take the risk. Come on then, Poppy deck, you can go back in the magic bag and you can sit there, and we're going to change to I'm going to go to the emergency backup card deck of the Fifth Spirit. Because you all know me by now. Fifth Spirit deck is the best deck for getting cold hard answers that don't have blooming fairies in them. Anyway, Natty Nat, you are the only one that asked a question on this round, so that means you absolutely do get your question. So then we're going to do that. Let me just take that banner off. You're going to do that, my darling, in 6 seconds time. As always, we cleanse the space between the readings. I totally agree, Patricia. And we've got the lovely Wispy coming in. So then, Wispy, let's have a look. So then, what has Natty Nat got in store? The question is, will I hear soon from the job I interviewed for? That sounds... What was the job, Natty Nat? Also, what is your profile picture? I thought for a second it was Stonehenge, but obviously it isn't. Where's that? Wherever it is, it looks absolutely lovely. Is that where you live? Where is that? No one can see it. I'm pointing the mouse on your picture. Where is it? There. Look at that. That looks stunning. Wherever it is, I want to go there. This is where somebody says it's York. You know what I mean? This is where somebody says, actually, Lisa, it's about 5 minutes down road. So then, Wispy, will Natty Nat hear back from the job that they interviewed for? Oh, it's a picture from Google. Okay, my darling, no worries. I thought it was going to be somewhere close to you. Do you know what? A card has just flown and it has landed like that. So we've got a clarifying card for you, my darling, and it's a major clarifying card, and it's a sales marketing job. Okay, that helps clarify that a little bit. Let's have a look. So then the clarifying card that's jumped is the Hermit. Now, the thing about the Hermit, if I click this magic button, the thing about the Hermit is you can see they're normally seen as being a bit of a loner, right? So, but yours came up the other way around. Now, the thing is with the Hermit, it's not talking about cutting yourself off from everybody. It's talking about doing what is right, removing the people around you, the distractions around you that will bring the wisdom. Now, for most tarot readers, in most circumstances, that does mean having that person separate themselves from everybody else. So I don't know whether this could be a remote job, whether there's an element there about that, or whether this is saying that you've been separated from a lot of other people recently, and that you are wanting to or needing to how can I put it, needing to get back in touch with people, because the way it came out is reverse. So it's saying that actually for you, the way for you to get this wisdom, for you to be able to grow, because ultimately that's what the hermit is all about, is not to keep yourself away from other people, is to actually do the opposite, is to kind of engage. So I think that's actually really important. We'll see what happens as we go through. So then, Wispy, will Nat hear soon about the job that they interviewed for? Let's have a look. Ultimately it feels like you need to be in a office-based environment, if that makes sense. Right, let me just cut the cards, because I didn't cut the cards before the card jumped. Oh, what are we doing here? Come on, Wispy. Oh, we've got a card that does not... okay. As soon as I said it... I was about to say, we'll take out that card. It's not that floating card. That's going to be really important. We'll take that one out. Ooh. No, clearly not. As soon as I was about to do it, the other cards jumped on top. So anyway, right then, we've got the 9 of Wands in the where you are. What you need to know. Ooh, the 5 of Swords. It's reversed. It's okay. And then the potential, or the future opportunity. The 9 of Cups. Right. So we've got 2 good cards and a So then let's have a look. The 9 of Wands, where you are now. I think when you came out of the interview, Nat, what did you think? Because this card is saying, I think you walked into that interview feeling fairly confident, and I think you walked out of it feeling even more confident, because we've got the 9 of Wands. Wands is all about self-esteem, your confidence, self-confidence, all of those lovely things, how you think about yourself. And the 9s are full. If it was the 10, a little bit arrogant, but it's the 9, so that is full of confidence. You're aware of your skill set, you're aware of what you bring for the company, all of that lovely stuff. Do you know what I mean? So it's like you're walking in going, do you know what, you'll be lucky to employ me. I'm worth $10 billion, and I might not have that now, but over the course of my life I could make you $10 billion in marketing revenue, so you'll be very lucky to employ. Do you know what I mean? You've gone in really confident. The 5 of Swords in what you need to know. This is interesting because the 5 of Swords is trouble, strife, but it's also challenges, right? And obstacles. Now, the way that we learn in life, the way that we grow, is through those challenges and those obstacles. Now, the thing about the 5 is that it kind of looks, it's a pause in the battles, in the flow, and it's a chance to restock. Look at what you've achieved, look at what's happened, look at what's happened around you, right? It's that momentary truce in the battle. You can see we've got 3 swords, daggers, knives, whatever, in the ground this way down. So these are the victors, right? The winners have put these down, and then the people that have fallen have dropped theirs. So that's kind of like the story behind the cards. However, yours is reversed. So it's saying I think that you might not have got this position quite how you interviewed for it. Does that make sense? It almost feels like they were impressed by you, but, and I don't know what that but is, it's almost like there's a reason. There might be another role coming up that you might be more suited for, or they might be looking into qualifications or something like that. There's some wrinkle here. I don't think it's too much to worry about though, because we've got the 9 of Cups upright coming up in the future opportunity. Now, Cups is all about emotions, right? A lot of people say it's just love. It isn't just love. It's all of those positive emotions, happiness, friendships, all of that. And the 9 of Cups, you can see here, we've got this victory laurel wreath going round them. We've got winner's cup and trophies, champagne glasses. There's all sorts here depicted in the card. So I think there is there is very good news to come. Whether or not it's exactly, whether or not it's exactly the job that you interviewed for, I don't know. It may well be that it could be that you don't get this exact job, that either they say, unfortunately, you weren't successful on this time. However, we'd like to offer you this job, so you get a different offer, or whether it's, you know, going in, maybe going in at a slightly lower level, or going in, you know, there's a permanent job and there's a maternity cover type job, and you'll end up going in for maternity cover and then moving sideways. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's some little wriggle here. It does feel very positive after the interview. It feels like whatever the slight wrinkle with this is, that it will come with a caveat, but I do honestly think that there is going to be some sort of job offer coming in, hopefully coming in fairly soon, because it does feel that you need to and maybe this is what the Hermit card is saying, is that actually you need to work with them. So maybe there's a slight training need or a qualification issue. I keep coming back to this idea of a qualification, but it may well be that there's maybe a little bit of experience that you don't quite have that they're going to help you with. Does that make sense? Hopefully, my darling, that makes sense. But yeah, that is going to be your reading. This is a really positive outcome. Don't let this this card take anything away from this. It feels very, very positive. It just feels there might be a gap somewhere in either your understanding or a requirement that they're going to need to maybe help you with. But yeah, do let us know how it goes in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, it was very lovely to have your reading. So thank you very much. Right, let me swap cameras. There we go. And let me entertain you. Nope, that's the wrong button. There we go. Right, let's have a look in that chat. Oh, Neil's here. Hi, Neil. Hope you are well. Yay, good evening. It's in person. You've been in hermit mode more lately. You've not been going out much. You felt good, like you had what they were looking for. That's good. Lots of positivity. We like that. Hello, baby girl. I'll explain about the list coming up very, very shortly. It's not a list as such. Hi, Kat. They were talking about training for their rewards program. That might be it then. That might be it. There's definitely a training or a something that you'll have to kind of a little, how can I put it? It's not a massive hurdle, but it's almost like, it's like you've got out the car, right? And they've parked right alongside a gutter and the rainwater's coming down and you're in your red bottom Louboutin shoes, right? Definitely don't want to stand in the gutter with your Louboutins on, do you? Do you know what I mean? You're going to have to do a little shimmy and a little hop to get onto the pavement. That's what you need to do. And it doesn't feel like it's a big thing. It does only feel like it is a minor thing that they're going to try and help you with internally within the office, if that makes sense. Do let us know how things go coming up though, because we're a nosy bunch here and we just love to know because we're nosy. But yeah, hopefully fingers crossed, my darling, that works out for you. Right then, good evening to Kat and good evening to baby girl. Make sure you both hit that like button and also dong your bell so that YouTube lets you know each and every time I go live or post videos. Don't forget, we do have memberships open, so you can click the join button if you would like to join our memberships. And our members do get all sorts of weird and wonderful things. They've got emojis. There are live streams, members only live streams on a Sunday evening at 6 p.m. UK time, where we talk about anything and everything. Members also get, if you're on that live stream, you can also get a cheeky tarot reading if you wanted one. You know, just saying. But also you also get to live stream or watch while I live stream doing my unboxing videos, and there will be one coming up tomorrow for the members. I've got my hands on a witch box. It's a witch box surprise box. So I don't know if it's a full witch box. I don't know if it's just a few pieces. I can't remember what I bought or what it was for, but it's arrived, and I'm going to be unboxing that live tomorrow and then editing it down for the main channel. So it'll be on a members only for tomorrow. Right then, but for today, for the rest of this evening, we have got time for more readings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to suggest that we open up another round. So then I've pressed the magic button, which means the round is officially open. So yay. Go ahead and pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question, or send it through as a super chat. If you send it as a super chat, you get a longer reading, and you also jump the queue, so your reading will be next. If we get multiple super chats in, we read them in the order that they came in. If, however, you don't want to, or you're unable to send a super chat, no problem at all. Just pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question, and I will pick one of those at random. Okay, so go ahead and do one of those things now, and I will pick the question in 30 seconds time. Hi Jay. Oh well, it looks as if we've got no further questions in this evening. So if that is the case, as it is so ridiculously warm here in the UK, we might go ahead, and as soon as I say that, of course, we'll get questions coming in. So then, baby girl, the answer's probably no. But we'll ask the cards. As to the medical things, you need to just keep harassing the doctors. I last year was on Slimming World, which is a diet scheme here in the UK. I don't know whereabouts you are. And I was on that, and I was on it fairly rigorously, keeping to the plan, not eating a load of random food, really like sticking to plan. And some weeks I'll have a ½ pound loss or a pound loss. Next week I'll have a pound gain. Next week I'll have maybe £2 off. The next week I'll have a £3 or £4 gain. Ridiculous. Throughout most of last year, it was so demoralizing. I was limiting myself to healthy foods, all the rest, only to then discover that because I have more than one autoimmune disease, I was eating a lot of, because low calorie diets and things, I was eating a lot of potatoes, tomatoes, red peppers, chili peppers, chili spice, aubergines, and all of that is from the nightshade family, which it turns out, if you have pre-existing autoimmune diseases, they can act as triggers to a lot of people. And so that could cause inflammation and slow down various things and have effects in lots of ways. Again, this is not medical advice in any way, shape or form. But for me, that was something I had to then rejig in my mind. And I'm still in the process of trying to sort out going back to a weight loss program, because I have cut out a lot of that nightshade, those nightshade products. You detox your stomach. Why would you do that? Drink a lot of water and eat healthy. Again, I can't give you any medical advice, my darling. All I can say is that keep going back to the doctors and getting more tests. I don't know whereabouts you are in the world, but keep getting tests. If you're unhappy with one lot of tests, go back in, tell them you need more testing. Tell them, like, keep a food diary, absolutely everything you eat, and be honest. And there's no point lying to yourself about food diaries, because there's just no point. If you've had an extra 3 Mars bars in the night because you were peckish, write those down, or whatever, you know, candy or sweets or whatever. The thing about doctors is they will assume that most people are overeating somewhere. So even if you say to them you're not, they will assume you are, because most people do. So keep going back for tests. Your thyroid, your sugar levels, your hormones, get checked for every single thing. And if you are being honest with yourself and with them about what you eat and the amounts you eat, it could be all manner of illnesses and things with the body that are triggering things that are stopping you losing weight, right? There will be a reason, a mundane reason, that won't be somebody doing spells on you. The only way a spell working would work, okay, the only way that would work is if it meant, if somebody made you have, for example, low willpower, right? So if a spell was going against you to have no willpower at all, to not be able to deny chocolates or cakes or whatever it is, if somebody was doing that kind of working, you would know, because you would not be able to refuse a dessert at the end of the meal, or that chocolate bar as you walk past the checkout, or that extra cake, or whatever it is. That kind of spell working is definitely possible. It would be extremely unlikely for somebody to be able to do a spell for your body to be holding on to weight if you weren't putting the calories in, put it that way, right? Then there is something you are not doing right, my darling. There is either a calorific input that is too high. So I know somebody that had a stomach, a gastric band put in, and they stretched the gastric band. Once again, it's not impossible, but if you've got a lap band and things like that in place, there will be a calorific element. So there will be something you're eating that isn't. But what you're asking, baby girl, is for medical advice. We don't offer medical advice here. And I'm not a scam artist to say to you, send me $500 and I'll do a hex unbreaking, unhexing, you know, a hex breaking. I tell you what, we'll ask the cards, okay? We'll ask the cards. But I guarantee you it's something mundane rather than something spiritual. Because, put it this way, they would have to be the strongest, most powerful witches and witchy group to be able to control the automatic responses that your body does, the autonomic responses, because calories in versus calories out, even if you are bedbound, is a calculation that your body does automatically. So if there's nothing else going on in the mundane world with your physical body, no illnesses, no hidden illnesses, blah, 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 blah. If none of that is happening, then, and they are just doing spell work on you, then most, their witchy power, if you like, would be so strong that other people in the craft would be able to pick up on it. Put it that way. But I'll definitely do you a card reading, okay, my darling? Let's see if we can put your mind at rest. Okay, so then, as always, we're going to cleanse the area. And we're going to do you a 3-card reading. And we're going to ask Wispy. So then, Wispy, the elemental air dragon. Wispy, baby girl has a very specific question that she needs answering. Are they doing spells on her so that she gains weight? That's what we want to know. Are the people in her life doing active spell working so that baby girl gains weight? That's what we want to know, Wispy. Okay. We've had a card jump. So we've got the 7 of Swords is going to be your clarifying card. Now the 7 of Swords, 7s are about difficult choices and swords are about challenges and obstacles. Okay, so there are difficult challenges here and difficult choices. That isn't to say those challenges are coming externally. That's to say maybe because this is reversed, it could be an external challenge, but it's more than likely to be something you're not aware of because it's got that reversal on it. And the 7s are all about tough choices that you need to be making. Okay, so it's not, again, it's not about choices from external, it's internal choices. You can see here, if we hold it upright, this magpie's got some beads or some pearls. They've also got, there's there's like all these sticks in the, excuse me, in the nest. But they've also built their nest with all these different types of daggers. One of them is just super sharp here. One's gone through a ring. One's pierced an egg. There's other bits of shiny stuff in here. There's a nut, a bolt, a key, all sorts of bits and pieces in the nest, okay? 7s are all about tough choices and making difficult, very difficult choices in life. The Swords is each of those decisions that you've got to make at the moment are all about challenges and obstacles for you. Okay, so then let's have a look. We're going to do the basic, where you are now, what you need to know, and what the future is holding. Okay, so where you are now, we've got the Lovers. Now this is not talking about the Lovers as in a traditional tarot deck. This Lovers is talking about shadow work. So looking at yourself, looking at your own inner psyche, your inner true authentic self, and having those hard conversations about looking into those dark places in the back of your mind. Why do you do these things that you do? What has caused this to happen? What's caused that to happen? How have you dealt with this trauma in the past? How have you dealt with this other trauma in the past? All of that. Shadow work is incredibly intensive and incredibly painful if you're not ready for it, but it's also the ultimate key to self-love. And that with this card, that is literally what this is, because you can see, look, this person is looking at their shadow self. This isn't another person, this is an echo of them. And you can see, because it's black with stars, it's that deep inner space, if that makes sense. And that's where you are. In what you need to know, we've got the Queen of Swords. So this would be the first indication that maybe there is somebody attempting to work around you. Or this again could be an element of yourself that you are ultimately self-destructive. Because again, the Queens are normally nurturing characters. With the Swords deck, the Queen is a little bit aloof. She's got that element of air that comes up. So there is that slight sort of element of not really being very caring. And of course, swords are, as I say, trouble and strife and obstacles. So there is definitely an obstacle here, and it's related in with this Queen energy. This Queen energy could be a maternal type person in your family, or it could be that element of yourself, that again, inner self, because this is what you need to know. So it tends to talk about the internal rather than the external. And this Queen is basically saying, look, for you to for anybody to move forward in life, we have to learn where we are, who we are, what we are, where we're headed. And we learn that by going through those challenges in life. Do you know what I mean? If we never have to undertake something that is difficult, we'll never gain the knowledge that that brings us. And then let's have a look then in the future card. We've got the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. Pentacles is about work, career, finances, but it's also about growth. And this is being reversed. So it's saying that there is the seeds of growth, which you could look at in this case as possibly being gaining weight. The seeds of growth are sown here. But the reversal here would say that it's something that is, again, perhaps unknown. So again, there's potentially two explanations for this. One is that it's coming back to self-sabotage. It's coming back to maybe there is something that you're unaware of, calorific value, or something that you are doing that is hindering your own weight progress. It could also be, with this Queen of Swords, it could also be that perhaps somebody else is having an impact on that in the mundane world. So not in the spiritual world, not in talking about witchcraft. There is no witchcrafty card here, right? So there is no deep ominous card. There is nothing here that would reflect any nefariousness. There is nothing here like the devil or any of those really strong, difficult cards. There's also nothing here around an external energy coming through. And in fact, everything is really looking back at, looking at your inner self, looking at your inner demons, looking at that black dog, as we call it, looking at that black dog locked up in the cage, that imp, that little monster in the back of your head that we all have sometimes, and maybe being, harsh to yourself, and looking in those dark places in the back of your mind and seeing what is there, and to see if there is anything there that you're unaware of that might be self-sabotaging. Again, with the Seven of Swords coming in and this being reversed, it feels like the difficult decisions from this card are decisions that you don't want to make, because we've got this this delving within this shadow work card. So yeah, again, there's nothing here to say that somebody is actively working against you, my darling. I'm going to pull 3 more cards. So, the Two of Swords is talking about an argument or a disagreement with somebody that is still going on, that is unsolved, unresolved, unhealed, and that card is coming in again. I'm not going to lie to you and rule out that somebody is working against you, but I think it's more likely that whatever this argument is, that it's got you in a fear place. The Four of Swords is stable. So this isn't, if it was reversed, it will be stagnant, and it will be very, very black and icky type energy. The fact that this is stable is saying that yes, whilst there is some ill feelings here, it's not being ramped up, it's not being made worse. Do you know what I mean? It's like it is what it is. It isn't being increased, it isn't being worked, there isn't an energy a cone of power here being used. Do you know what I mean? There isn't that element here. It's stability. So whatever this argument was, it's like that's gone and it's staying at that energy level. It's not getting worse. There's no, like, nobody's trying to whip up a tornado to come and take away your house. Do you know what I mean? There isn't that increase there. There isn't that malevolence involved. And in fact, we've got the charity card coming in. So this card, the Six of Pentacles, is related to giving back. It's related to helping the community. It's relating to all of those positive aspects. Pentacles is work, career, finances. And this is talking about, you know, actually helping others and helping people less fortunate and giving to support those people. So if this is the people around you, there is absolutely nothing here to say that this energy is ramping up. If anything, it feels almost like it feels like they've just gone, whatever, don't care about baby girl anymore. Now we're working on this charity project, or we're working on this way of, you know, helping the family down the street. That's the energy that's here. Again, there is nothing here to indicate that you are being actively worked against. It feels like there was a massive fallout that hasn't healed, but it hasn't got worse. Okay, my darling, I hope that helps. I really, really, really do. But yeah, there is nothing here to suggest that it is from spell work being against you, if that makes sense. No, baby girl, there is no witchcraft being done against you, my darling. There is no witchcraft being done against you. I don't know if your dad or grandmother are doing this. It could be a woman that isn't. No, it isn't. There is nothing here. There is nothing here to suggest that. There's a guy that's after you and his ex-wife is doing witchcraft on you. Could probably be here. There is nobody doing witchcraft on you. Right, honestly, my darling, there is nobody here doing witchcraft against you. They continue to do the same thing over and over and over again. Even the healer said they were never going to stop. No, my darling, there is no witchcraft indication here, right? Trust me. On the solstice, I did a huge whopping unhexing ritual. I kind of... I sometimes do this shit, basically, right? This is something I've got experience in. There is nothing here. Depression is not caused by witchcraft. Depression is a chemical imbalance in the brain. There is clinical depression and situational depression. Clinical depression is something that comes on. It's due to a chemical imbalance. It will always come on. Mine came on when I was 17. It started as situational and then basically showed itself to be a chemical imbalance. So I take a tablet take 2 tablets once a day that corrects that chemical imbalance in my brain. It isn't witchcraft. It isn't demonology. It isn't anything else. It is literally a chemical imbalance. If you've gone to healers and they have taken money to unhex you, they are the ones who are putting the idea of being hexed into your head. Because I am telling you, a genuine healer, a genuine witch who's able to remove hexes will only ever charge for maybe time and materials. That's that. There isn't, like, there's a lot of scammers out there that put it into people's heads. Oh, the reason this is happening to you is because of witchcraft, right? I've been doing this 29 years. My great-great-grandmother was a parlour medium, and going back before her. I come from a family of people that are linked in with all of this. most people who think they're being hexed or being worked or they've been given bad juju, most people are powering that themselves. They have one unlucky incident happen to them and they believe that that is down to witchcraft, hexing, spell work, juju, the jinn, lots of things like that. And in most cases, and I'm not saying hexing doesn't exist, because I know damn well that it does, but in the majority of cases it isn't. And what you're describing does not look or feel like a hex, especially when the minute that the cards are coming up and saying the people around you are probably not actively working against you, your gut reaction is, well, then it must be this other person or this other person or this other person. The cards are saying, and again, this is why it says up here, it's the guidance you need, not the answers you want. The cards are saying, and I hate to say it, my darling, that you are self-sabotaging in some way. That the key to this is that Lovers card, looking at the shadow work, looking at in your psyche, in your own mind, in your own self. Could you be eating something that you don't want to look at the calorific value of, or eating something that is tasty, therefore you're not worrying about the calorific value? Are you actually doing everything that you say you are to lose weight? And again, with the medical side of it, have they done every test possible? Because until you can rule those things out, there is nothing here at all that is suggesting that you are a victim of witchcraft, my darling. Nothing at all. But the minute that somebody says, I'm hexing you, if you believe that, then things will go wrong, right? And that is why hexes and curses are so powerful in most cases, because they're not done behind the scenes. They're done on the surface. I'm going to hex you. I'm going to curse you. You and your next 5 generations are cursed for all eternity. Blah, 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 blah. Whereas, trust me, the hexes that work are the ones that people never, ever know about, because they're far more subtle. So, yeah, I honestly do not think see, you're saying now the doctors were lying to you and you had a band and then it got removed. So if it's got removed, then again, you're prone to weight gain. He told you that if you got one, you only had to go once a month for 6 months and went with him for almost 3 years. Okay. Yeah, bloodlines. Yeah, bloodlines. Thank you, bloodlines. Sorry, 1 second. When you got depression, you took 3 types of medications and nothing, just started getting closer to God, and that helps a little. Okay, my darling, listen, be careful of certain churches out there, because there are a lot of churches that will say that you've been cursed, you've been hexed, there's juju, there's negative energy, there's all of this stuff around you, and give us your money, come and pray with us, give us your money, pray with us, give us your money, pray with us. It's a money scam. So just be very careful, my darling. And again, I'm not saying that's what's happening to you. But again, this question about depression, you took 3 types of medication and nothing. It can take 6 months being on one medication for it to get into your system and for you start to feeling better. 3 months, they say, is a sort of at a minimum level of taking it. And then they can adjust the levels and adjust the types of drugs. So again, my darling, so if you're doing all of these things, if you're saging yourself and smudging and you're using Palo Santo, then there will be no way that you are cursed. Right, then, my darling, listen, I do not believe you are cursed. Okay? What I believe is perhaps is going on is a self-fulfilling prophecy where you think, well, there's obviously nothing, there's no reason why I should carry on following this diet because it's not working, so you don't follow the diet. Or you have a cheat day. If you have a cheat day on a diet, the only person you're cheating is yourself. You're not cheating the diet, you're not cheating the dietitian, you're cheating yourself. I mean, look at the size of me. I've gained a lot of weight recently because I've eaten a lot of shit. I've eaten a lot of chocolate. I've eaten a lot of cakes and things I shouldn't eat. And I know that. And that's completely down to me. So when I sit here on a hot day moaning that I'm sweating and it's horrible and icky and bleh, I am the one to blame. Because I'm the one that shoved it down my throat. And I am also the one who's making the decision to not do that anymore. And again, if you are serious about weight loss, that, my darling, is what you need to do, to make that decision. Because as it says, you do make all your own decisions about your own life. And with that, my love, I'm going to say thank you ever so much, and I'm going to wish you the very best, and hope that you find some guidance, and hope that at least, if nothing else, we've hopefully been able to put your mind to rest a little bit about being cursed. Because I honestly, the cards say you're not, and that it's to do with your inner self, your true authentic self. And that's what you need to maybe look into. But yeah, I hope that helps, my darling. Anyway, thank you everybody for being here. That is it tonight. We do have to finish at 9 o'clock. We've already gone 3 minutes over, unfortunately. So thank you ever so much to the mods for hanging on in there. I thought it was important to just help with that last reading. No, my darling. No, my darling, it honestly doesn't work that way. But anyway, that is it for tonight, everybody. LaQuantus Davis, my darling, I'm back on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. UK time. Or don't forget, people can go across to my website where you can book readings. And the details for that are... Where has the post gone? Hang on. There we go. It's up there. So yeah, you can go to beyondauthentic.co.uk to book a reading with me, a full-on reading. And if you use Authentic 10, you get yourself a 10% discount. But that is it from me today, everybody. We're back on Sunday evening, 6 p.m. for the members and 7 p.m. For subscribers, and to take the readings here on this channel. I've been Lisa. I am exceptionally warm. I am probably about to go and jump in a shower, fully dressed, and just stand under the cold water for about 20 minutes or so and just cool off. Whatever you're doing this evening, this morning, this afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are, have a lovely day, and I hope that you'll join me again next time that we go live. And don't forget, thanks ever so much to the mods, and thank you very much to the members, and I will see you again very soon. Take care.